told me at the end of that year if I ever did that, I'd never come back again. So the attitude, you got to try your best in everything. So it's an opportunity in front of that coach to see what your attitude is. If you fuck around, you'll see it. They see you trying hard. That's what they want to see. It's all about effort. Eh? You've got to remember it's a bit different from my day now. It can become a job. It can be a real good career for you if they want to pick the ones that are the keenest. Usually, the talent is what gets you through the door. Richard McCaw wasn't the most talented, but you won't find a fitter guy or a harder working guy. That's what they're looking for. Come up through. I know you've probably all seen it come through some players. The biggest boys, probably the best players now. Once you grow up, you'll catch up to him, and if he keeps doing what he was doing, once they come to play against me, they can't still run over guys like they did at school because they're playing against people that are older, so they've got to change their game and adapt. So you just got to remember that. Make sure it's all out effort every time you play.
So like you're coaching NPC now. What are you looking for players like?
The first thing for me is I look to see how reliable they are.
Yeah.
Like I said, those guys that said they were going to turn up but didn't turn up. Because I'm a big believer if they won't turn up to something like that, when it's time to count in the game, when it counts, they probably won't turn up to that either. A lot of how you live your life is how you play. It's not a hard fast rule. There are some exceptions. Very rarely is that the case. And also just kids that are willing to learn. Like I said, talents. You have to be a bit talented, but it's what they do after that. With that talent, they're willing to come in and do the extra sessions, like you're doing today. Those extra ones. And it's those extra sessions that will push you past everyone else. It's the things that you do away from everyone. When they're not telling you good on you or patting you on the back. So those times when you're by yourself, going for your runs by yourself, or doing other sessions by yourself, that's what's going to make the difference in your lives. So just hard work. They're always looking for hard workers. And if you look at the Chiefs now, they haven't got as many superstars as they used to do. Their success has just come from their forward pack that's hard working now. I don't think they've had that before. That's what everyone looks for. The Crusaders, that's their big thing. They just work hard, try and work harder than everyone. I'm out South Auckland. We've got a lot of Polynesian boys out there where hard work's not really a big thing for them, but they're learning. And it comes down to we've had to make some big decisions about those ones that have been there a long time, but they don't want to put in the hard work, so we've got to have to say, well, why do you, and bring in the ones that will. That's what I think we'll do. That's kind of our attitude and legacy we want to have with our union. It's going to be pretty much the same across everyone, because like I said before, everyone wants to live the dream, eh? Everyone wants to live the dream that we're living. But it's a lot harder now. It's a lot harder, so you've got to make sure you do everything right. And it's not just about here too. My big thing is that I teach our players as much as I can, and it's not just about New Zealand. Rugby's a global sport. The players that are playing in England now, we try and help them. If I want them to live the dream as much as they can. If it can't be here, then it might be overseas. There's a lot of opportunities to see the world play this game. But again, you've got to do the work.
Like throughout your season or throughout your career, how did you take like when people said you weren't good enough? Of course, you had that when you're up and coming.
Yeah, definitely. It kind of motivates you. I always said always got told when I was coming through school that I wouldn't amount to nothing because I didn't do well at school. But I wanted to be a rugby player since I was about your age. So everything I did was to be a rugby league player actually. I wanted to play in the Woodfield. It was the Woodfield Cup back then, it was the NRL now. When I signed my first contract when I was 17, I was meant to go to the Newcastle Knights straight out of school. And so I didn't do any schoolwork because I thought I had it made. But I went over there, signed for 2 years. I only went over there for 2 weeks and I got homesick. And I came home and miss my mum, so really important. But I just wasn't prepared enough. And so when I came back, because I had nothing at school, I had nothing to come back to. I was just lucky my brother got a job for me. He lays pavers, so driveways and pathways and things like that, the paving. And he needed someone to carry them from the truck to where he was putting them in the ground. That was my job. That motivated me as well, because I didn't want to go back to that job when I had a chance to play rugby again. So all these things happen for a reason in life. So I'm probably one of the last ones that had a real job before rugby became professional. I was one of the first amateurs to come through. So I know what it's like. I had a young family. I had a young family when I was 20, so it wasn't just about me. I had to feed my son. So yeah, that's another motivating factor for me. I don't have kids early. That's what I'm trying to tell you now.
Yeah, yes, you're out.
But if it does, you've got to realise it's a responsibility. It's not just about you now. You've got to provide for others, and that's tough. But that's another reason why you should, even though you're a bit tired this morning, that's the reason why you should get up. That's what happened to me. That's why I did it. And I think those sorts of things, they can only make you stronger too. They are the things that push you up this early in the morning to get these things done. And now, for me, my motivation, I'm a family person, so my motivation now is I've got 4 kids. Did learn the first time, so I've got 4 kids now. But that's great, and now it's all about making sure that they have a better life. They have a better life than I did. Not that I'm complaining about my life, but I had to do it. Me and my wife had to do it a bit tough early on, and now I think I'm spoiled my kids, so I've taken it on the other way. Now I'm trying to rein them back in.
Because your son's signed to Melbourne, eh?
Yeah, so my son, I'm proud of him, but he got most proudest thing of him is that he got through all his studies, he did all his NCA, passed all that, but he still wants to live the life that I lived. So he signed with the Melbourne Storm for 2 years, so he's in the under 20s, and that's fine. I'm proud of him to do that, but you got to, as I did, I put all my eggs into the one basket. I wanted to be a rugby league player, and that didn't work. But rugby went professional a few years later, and I was lucky. I reckon I was fortunate that rugby did go, and I was playing rugby at the time. And then once I got that opportunity, I just said to myself, I can't let this one go. And I did everything I could. And I told you a story about when I ran with that prop. When he said that if you do that again, you'll never play for us again. I said, well, I've got to back up my ideas, because this could be another opportunity I was losing. So, started 96, end of 96, 97, I trained real hard. I got a personal trainer, changed my whole attitude to things. It was really my wife and my sisters that told me that I had to do this, and got it organised. And then I had an awesome year in 97, and that was my first year as an All Black. So that hard work, it will pay off. For me, it was an opportunity to be an All Black. I had another letdown in 98. I lost my place in 98. But that was because I had a taste of it. I knew I could get there. I thought, well, geez, if I got there once, I'm sure I can get there again. 98, I missed out. 99, I got back in. Once I kind of learned all the lessons how I'd stuffed up before. So I didn't stuff up again from 99 all the way to 2005 when I retired. It wasn't them that told me I had to go. I said to them, I've had enough now. I'm going to go do something else. So that was good. I left on my terms. Everything's done now on my terms now. Because I think I've done the hard yards and I put in the work. I still, even now, I've gone into a life of coaching. It's the same thing. I've got to work hard to do this. You're only as good as your last game, like anything. If you lose, no one likes to lose. Ever said, look at Powell, wins the World Cup, pretty weeping. 6 months later, everyone's on his back because he's just overweight. So New Zealand's tough. It's a tough country to live in and play rugby. They expect you, expect a lot of you. They think they own you a bit. And for us, we love it because they love us, and you get a lot of good stuff out of it. People like to give you free stuff a lot. So can't complain.
Like that Ford you're driving?
Yeah, well, that's right. It's not my car. I just get given one every 6 months. So
So you know how you're trying to buy a car? Become an All Black when you sort it.
That's right.
Does anybody ask any more questions?
That's just the way it is. But all those good things come from because no one wanted to give you anything and no one thought you could get anywhere. All that hard work, that's where it'll come. You can't just expect it by doing nothing. Yeah. And you've got your backgrounds now, obviously, clubs are looking at you, but that's the thing to try. I always try and make people regret what they said to me or regret what they think it was. That's what it's a bad thing, but that's what motivates me. I like to prove people wrong. My next thing now is people that think I'm a good coach or think I'm just in it because I've been an All Black. I need to stand on my own 2 feet as a coach, so I have to prove people wrong. I need counties to be successful to do that. But for me, it's all about teaching. I like what I learned from others. Now it's my turn to give back to other players and help them.
Anybody got questions that they ever wanted to ask him? I'll put it down if you want me to.
Oh, no, just what you're saying that, like, you played for a club that no one likes or whatever. Did you, like, make all the rep teams when you were younger or anything?
Not league. My first, once they got rid of the coach, my first rep team was under 19s. I played league since I was 15, 14. Didn't make the team. We were always one of the top teams. But he was always a coach of a team that we played against. So, when the team was named, he had about 12 of his team and then one of each from each other, every other team kind of thing. That's just the way it is. But I started playing. Back then was Waitemata was one of the biggest clubs in Wellington back then, and I started playing Prems when I was 17, which was a big thing. And so it was like they couldn't help but pick me for the under 19. So, and I was a junior Kiwi when I was 18. So just I kind of didn't give up. I just kept playing, and you kind of have to force their hands. If you just keep playing, know that you can get there. Like I said before, coaching in those selections is just one man's opinion, And sometimes he might have other. If you just stand down, if you keep going like you are, eventually you should get picked up. And it's a lot easier now with, I shouldn't say easier, but there's a lot more opportunities. You've got NRL everywhere now as scouts. Rugby is doing the same. Rugby doesn't do it as well, I think. I think because we're New Zealanders, rugby just expects players to come. They don't really worry about league. What I found now is league are really hard. They work really hard to go into stores. If you look at the under 20s comp in the league, they're all ex-rugby schools or rugby players. They just don't mind and pick them from somewhere. Melbourne still got someone from Hawke's Bay, Fulton Harris. They had a camp. They had these camps around. They just pick the players to play well, train well at those.
Anybody else got a question?
I think it's like anything in life. If these young ones can learn that, it's about self-belief, attitude of self-belief, and you're going to take knocks in life, whether it be sports or anything else. But it's about believing in yourself no matter, but getting back up there and don't let anyone put you down. You go for your dreams.
That's it. I always write something when I sign autographs. I always write chase your dreams. They're not going to come to you. They'll only come to you when you're asleep. In your mind. In reality, you've got to go get them. You've got to do the work. Nothing comes easier. And if your dream is big enough, and you're willing to work hard for it, more often than not, you'll get them. Their self-belief's a big thing too. You'll come across a lot of knockers for all kinds of reasons why you shouldn't. But there's only a couple that'll tell you why you shouldn't. That's usually your family. So stay tight to those ones that support you all the way through it. Because as you go further up, you'll find that all of a sudden you get a lot more friends. But at the start, when you were struggling and there's only a couple of people there. They're the ones that when you get through the other side, as I did, I got through. A lot of friends, because I had a teacher that said I'd amount to nothing. When I became an All Black, she gave me a ring, asked me to come talk to her class, and see how successful I was. I was going, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
But I did it anyway, just to show her. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, prove it.
Remember me.
Shove it in her face.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the best ones to do, eh?
Oh, exactly.
Sweet.
As you go through, you get a lot of friends, you make it, and then you become aware of where you are, so you start filtering the ones that you return back, and you'll end up, your family will always be there. Plus a couple of ones that have been there the same place too. But
Cool. Thanks for your time, sir.
no, right in.
Take photos.
Family photos?
Yeah, family photos, family portraits.
Yes, and even those